you ready to unlock your paycheck and get the money back that you deserve? Folks, I don't know if you caught the live stream we did the other day. We had to go live for that breaking news because the expanded enhanced child tax credit, in fact, did pass the House of Representatives in the Congress. This is groundbreaking, a huge bipartisan accomplishment, and I think Americans are on the edge of their seats waiting to see if this will become law of the land. So, folks, I want you to stay tuned to the very end of this video because we're actually going to be taking a look and using a calculator and doing a few examples to determine exactly how much money you're going to get back under this bill should it become law and in effect. So we'll be playing around with that calculator, doing a few examples, and you guys can actually see to the penny how much you'd receive back. And I'll also throw you that link to the calculator as well. But make sure you stay tuned to the end. So as we know, the expanded child tax credit has passed the House of Representatives. You would know that if you are subscribed to this channel and receive all updates on Wednesday night. And if the bill is enacted, it would significantly increase the child tax credit for predominantly lower income families with multiple children. In fact, a lot of the money is going to be going to the lower and middle income families and households. So how is this expanded child tax credit different in 2024/2023? Well, the expansion would primarily benefit, again, those lower income families for tax year 2023. That is the one that's due in April, especially those with multiple children. And that's really going to help a lot of Americans in this country because what happened was after that expanded child tax credit dropped off during the COVID era and it ended, unfortunately, many families and households found themselves back into poverty and digging a deeper hole. But while it lasted and while it was in effect, it did help so many people, and it actually decreased the poverty rate for children. Now, the amount a family receives depends on its income. So for low-income families, the credit phases in, and a larger income means a larger credit, up to $2,000 per child. Now, under the current version, the child tax credit phases in for lower-income families at the same rate, no matter how many children are in the family. Now, a married couple, let's say making $12,500 a year, is eligible for a credit of $1,500, whether they have one child or three. And under the expansion, the maximum amount that a lower income family could ultimately receive is multiplied by the number of children in the family. Take a look at, let's say, a couple that's making $12,500 a year. They'd be eligible of a credit of $1,500 if they had one child, $3,000 if they had two children, and $4,500 if they had three children, and so on and so forth. Now, also expanding for you folks is that like button. Make sure you go ahead and give this video a tremendous thumbs up. I would appreciate that. Just helps with me, the YouTube algorithm, and our community. Helps me reach even more people and get more eyeballs on our videos. So make sure you go ahead and smash that like button. I would greatly appreciate that. Now, a family's child tax credit is bigger than its income tax bill, and the family can receive some of the remainder as a tax refund, but not necessarily all of it. Currently, a family could receive at most $1,600 of the remainder as a refund. But under the expansion, under this bill, a family could now receive up to $1,800 of the remainder for the 2023 tax year. And by 2025, families would be able to receive the full tax credit as a refund if they owe no income taxes, as long as they have an income of at least $2,500. That's right, $2,500. And how much is the child tax credit per child? Well, the maximum tax credit per child is $2,000 for tax year 2023. The maximum is set to increase with inflation in 2024 and 2025 respectively. So this is going to be an ongoing bill that's going to last a total of 3 years. Now, how many children can you claim? The fact is, there is no maximum number of children. And to qualify, children must be claimed as your dependent and live with you for at least half the year and meet other conditions explained by the IRS. What do you need to do exactly to claim the expanded child tax credit? Well, as we speak right now and you're watching this video, lawmakers are hoping to, in fact, pass the new tax package so the new benefit can take effect in time for the upcoming tax filing season. And if it does, you don't really need to do anything to claim the expanded child tax credit for 2023. Just file your taxes as normal, meet with your CPA, sit down, and figure out a game plan. Now, tax forms for 2023 reflect the old version of the child tax credit rather than the proposed version. So if you would be eligible for a larger refund under the expansion, the IRS will automatically adjust your return. So nothing too much to panic here about, folks. If the bill passes, you don't have to go running to the IRS or running to your accountant and start amending returns. Nothing to worry about. This should all be done automatically. Just sit back and relax. The IRS estimates that adjusted refunds would go out 6 weeks after the expansion is enacted, according to House Republicans. And how would the child tax credit change in the future? Well, the expansion would benefit a broader range of families in 2024 and 2025 by allowing a higher maximum credit, greater refundability, and ultimately more flexibility on the income that a family could use to calculate the credit. And the total amount of the credit would be adjusted for inflation beginning in 2024. According to the Center for Budget and Policy Priorities, they predict that the credit would actually be $2,100 by 2025, but it may increase as soon as 2024, according to the Tax Foundation. So it depends on the data and statistics. We don't have exact numbers for you, and we can't predict the future. And the credit is set to become fully refundable in 2025, meaning that families would benefit from the full child tax credit even if they do not owe federal income taxes. That's definitely going to help a lot of people that make so little that they don't even file taxes. And beginning in 2024, families would also have access to a lookback provision, meaning families could actually use whichever income over the past 2 years that gives them a greater credit. The most recent expansion and earlier increases to the child tax credit are set to expire in 2026. However, if Congress does not enact or extend the expansion of the earlier increases, then the maximum size of the credit will return to $1,000 per child. So let's actually take a look at some real life examples here, play around with some numbers, look at this calculator, and let's see you on my screen. Let's take a look at our first example here. We're going to be starting with the tax filing status for 2023 being a single household, and the adjusted gross income being $30,000 in AGI. And how many dependents under age 17 are you claiming? Let's say 2 dependents. We calculate that, and it says that you would likely receive $4,000 under the expanded child tax credit. Now let's take a look at another example here. Let's say married. We're going to do, how about $75,000 a year? And then we're going to say 3 dependents under age 17. And that would calculate at $6,000 under the expanded child tax credit. Let's move over to head of household. We're going to say adjusted gross income of $115,000 annually with 4 dependents under age 17. And if we would calculate that, it would say that we're going to likely receive $8,000 under the expanded child tax credit. Of course, you'd have to meet that criteria, and those numbers would have to be true. So that's just a few examples there. You could play around with this calculator from the Washington Post. Should help you out. So hopefully you found that helpful. Hopefully it gave you some insight into exactly how much you could be expecting depending on your income, number of children, etc. With that being said, folks, we're going to be keeping a very close eye on this. We're going to be looking forward to hopefully this bill now passing the Senate, although the bill might have to be revised and redacted in order for it to become law of the land. So we'll see what happens, but all updates and developments can be found right here on this channel. Make sure you guys go ahead and smash the like button. I would greatly appreciate that. Make sure you are subscribed to this channel with notifications turned on. That will notify you when we do post a brand new upload. And if you want to get some free stocks, all on me, all free, go ahead and use the broker's link down below. That affiliate link with Robinhood allows you to get some free stocks, valued with thousands of dollars in some cases. Let us know what stocks you get. And with that being said, folks, we will see you in the next one. Until next time.